Hello, and welcome back to our journey. In our last episode, we hiked across the estuary and discovered who lives here and how the estuary provides them with food and safety. Today, we are looking for 3 special wild relatives to help us uncover more clues to our mystery. To begin, we need to start further upriver, where the water is fresh. Are you ready? Let's go. Do you see our first wild relative? It's the largest of all the salmon, the Chinook or king salmon. The story of the salmon begins as the 4 or 5-year-old adults return from the ocean and swim back upriver to where they themselves were born and raised.
When they enter the river, they are on a mission to swim upstream, not stopping to eat or hide from predators. Despite their hunger, the salmon parents swim against the current in search of the perfect place for their eggs. They are looking for a stream with cold, clear water flowing over small rocks.
Like over here. The mother salmon will dig a shallow bed in the small rocks with her tail. This bed, called a redd, will provide safety and shelter for her eggs.
After the mother salmon lays her thousands of round orange eggs among the rocks, the father salmon fertilizes them. And the mother salmon uses her tail to cover the eggs with a thin layer of the small rocks. Here the eggs are safe from predators, but cool, fresh water still flows over them. Inside each tiny egg is food, provided by its mother, that the baby salmon needs to help it grow until it can eat on its own. The mother and father salmon have completed their mission to provide food and safety for their eggs. Now they leave their eggs and will soon die. Their bodies will provide nutrients for other plants and animals, including the many insects that will in turn become food for the young salmon after they hatch, and the trees that provide shade for the stream to keep it cool for the salmon eggs tucked safely away in the redd. Over the next couple of months, the young salmon siblings will grow and begin to look more and more like tiny fish. Later, they will make their way down the river to the estuary, where they will learn to live in salty water before they swim out to the ocean.
It's time to leave the salmon's watery home and head into the forest to meet another one of our wild relatives, the giant Sitka spruce. Wow, these trees really are giants. The mighty Sitka spruce must drink up to 500 gallons of water every day in the summertime. They can live over 400 years, weigh thousands of pounds, and are among the tallest trees in the world. But what does a Sitka spruce family look like? Do plants have parents and families too? They do. Look, inside the cone is a tiny seed. When it's wet, the cone stays closed up tight, keeping the seed safe and dry. When it dries out, the cone opens and the seed can pop out and fall to the forest floor.
The forest floor is a busy place. A seed landing on the ground here can become food or be cut off from the sun by other plants around it. So how does a young Sitka survive? This seed fell onto an old rotting log. We call this a nurse log because it provides the seed with the water and nutrients it needs to grow. Up on the nurse log, the seed can grow quickly. Its roots suck up the water stored in the rotting log like many tiny straws. As the seedling stretches towards the sunlight, it's sheltered from the wind and weather by the strong trunks and branches of the parent trees. As the young Sitka's roots grow down into the soil, they will join a giant net of roots connecting the young tree to its parent tree and to the whole Sitka family for the rest of its life.
What's that? High up in the Sitka branches. It looks like a great blue heron nest, our wild relative of the air.
Both great blue heron parents help take care of their young, and this starts with the nest. First, the father heron finds a good place to build a nest. Then he gathers materials like sticks, twigs, and feathers, and brings them to the mother heron as she builds the nest. She makes sure it's nice and big so the baby herons won't fall out. The mother heron lays up to 6 pale blue eggs in their nest. Like the salmon eggs, the heron eggs have food stored inside from their mother to help the baby bird grow while inside the egg. The heron parents take turns keeping the eggs safe, dry, and warm until they hatch. The tiny, mostly featherless chicks don't look much like their parents yet, but they will. As the brothers and sisters grow, the heron parents take turns gathering food and staying in the nest to protect them. After only a few months in the nest, the young herons look a lot more like their mom and dad. Their parents teach them how to fly and how to hunt for food in the shallow, calm waters of the estuary. Once they can take care of themselves, the heron parents shoo the kids away from their childhood nest and out to find a place of their own.
There are so many different and special families in the estuary. While each family may look different, they all care for their young and have similar needs to survive. Next time, we'll discover how these families found in nature are like ours, how they're different, and how we all depend on the estuary. See you soon.